What are the best tips for selling shares? The tips a person may consider when selling shares may differ depending on who provides the advice. Some of the best tips, however, are those that advise a person to avoid too much emotion and set a target profit amount at which to sell. Many experts advise that investors pay attention to signs they should sell and carefully evaluate negative trends before they decide. Additionally, some financial experts recommend against selling shares that perform well. They suggest selling the worst performers instead. One of the best tips for selling shares is to keep it all business. If a person becomes too emotional about the sale of shares, he may make mistakes in setting prices and accepting offers. If an investor lets his attachment to his shares take over, he may be less likely to accept a good price when one is offered. He may also choose to ignore clear signs that he should sell if he becomes overly emotional. Additionally, if he has already lost money on an investment, his emotions may make him hold on to hope that the value of his shares will increase once more. A person may also benefit from setting a target profit level and selling when his shares reach that amount. This means when a person buys shares of an investment, he determines the price at which he will sell to earn a profit ahead of time. He sells when he reaches his target profit instead of waiting and risking that the price of the shares will fall once more. There is a chance that the price will continue to rise, but waiting for that to happen is risky. Another good tip for selling shares is to carefully consider negative trends before deciding to sell them. Some people may feel it necessary to sell as soon as a negative trend begins. This may not always be the best course of action, however. Some financial experts remind individuals that investments are usually made with long-term gains in mind. If a person sells too quickly, he may not meet his goals for his investment. Some experts recommend evaluating an investment in light of the negative trend and determining whether the company involved is in trouble, as well as whether the investor's goals have changed or he is in need of money. If the company isn't in trouble, the investor's goals have not changed, and he is not in need of money, he may consider holding on to his shares. Often tips for selling shares recommend avoiding the sale of stocks that have performed to expectations or exceeded expectations. This is due to the fact that selling these shares will usually result in capital gains tax. Some experts recommend holding on to these shares and opting to sell the worst performing shares instead.